My name is Dr. Alfreda Riley. I want to thank all of you phenomenal women and men who attended the annual Women's History Luncheon. It was absolutely awesome. I want to highlight a few of the history makers and game changers who was a part of that celebration. We look forward to seeing you next year. God bless you.
Many people know my story that I was a teenage parent. At the age of 16, I became pregnant in my senior year of high school. And at the age of 17, I gave birth to my oldest son, Ezekiel Daniel. Ezekiel means the Lord is my strength. Daniel means the Lord is my judge. So it's a quite fitting kind of prophetic situation for me, in that when I was 17 years old, I named my child, his middle name means judge. And here I am today serving as a judge in the Flint community. So only by the grace of God, he finds a way to work all things together according to his will and his purpose, all together for our good. So I'm grateful that I'm a beneficiary of that grace, of that mercy. Following high school, where I was recognized as a class valedictorian, I served as the one of the student speakers, and actually by the grace of God, in April this year I'll be inducted into my high school's Hall of Fame. And so that, again, that's just another honor and another blessing that God has bestowed upon me.
So it's been the hand of God. I was like, God, out of all the stuff I've gone through, the cancer and stuff like that I've gone through in my life, the irregular pregnancies, all that kind of stuff, you have always been the one. You've been my healer, my deliverer, you're the one who sanctified me and set me apart. You're the one. I would think sometimes things that I didn't do in my life. There's things that I did do, but there's other things that he spared me from. And I was like, that was you. You know what I'm saying? Because some people can be self-righteous and think, oh, well, yeah, well, look at this person. They did that. I didn't do. Listen, anything that you ain't do, it was by the grace of God. Any pitfall you didn't fall in, it was the grace of God. It Absolutely. Wasn't your own righteousness. And when you understand the true message of the gospel, you understand that it's 100% the graciousness and kindness and the mercy of God.
Like I always say, pray, but don't delay. A lot of times, you might, even with a headache, if you had the worst headache of your life, you need to go be seen. We delay going into the healthcare system, especially during COVID. Nobody wanted to go because they thought you would get COVID when you got there. So now, also, when I get there, they're not going to listen to me anyway. I'm just going to take some Tylenol, get a little water, get some ginger ale now. Get some ginger ale and lay down. And that might be the last headache that you ever have. That might be the last time your chest tightens up or you get diaphoretic. So just knowing better, know your numbers, and just, ask questions and take a notepad.
Wow, awesome.
And also, if I can add,
Yes.
to, we said once you know better, you do better. So we want to, our goal is to empower and, so that you can be an advocate for yourself. So like Dr. Gordon said, a lot of times we go to the doctor and we don't understand, but we don't ask questions either. And it's okay to ask questions. Just like they want to know our health history, we can question, we can question their background. We can give them an interview too. So, but definitely get the understanding that you need. You should never leave the doctor's office confused or not knowing for sure what's going on with your body.
That's good.
So definitely empowering, health literacy is empowerment. Take a pad, record it on our phones. You take a buddy or a family member with you, but definitely get the understanding.
My mom suffered so much as a battered woman, and even to the point of having a nervous breakdown after being battered. And she came like a phoenix out of the ashes. She came up out of all of that darkness and began to be a champion for women. Her heart, her passion was to help women who were battered, who were abused. And so what makes me tick is seeing women empowered, seeing women going from their eyes cast down and head down to lifted up, shoulders back and ready to march on, because they know They know who they are, and they're ready to make a change. What we go through, our pain is not for us. Our pain are for those that are coming across our path. And when we realize that, we'll champion through that trial in a different way. We want the testimony, but we don't want the test. You know, we want the glory, but we don't want the story. That backstory is what we live through. That backstory is what makes us strong. That backstory is what keeps us going. So my whole heart is, how can we empower women, and not just women? How can we empower our baby girls?